point in time, I was a criminal. I had been no due process, no questioning, and I'm feeling at this moment in time that my life is over.
A former Arizona Cardinals player speaking out after he was held at gunpoint as he was picking up his daughter at the airport. The actions called a case of mistaken identity by Mesa PD. Good evening and thanks for joining us for 12 News at 6. I'm Mark Curtis.
And I'm Kadiva Devine. All new at 6. Our Sean Rice sat down with Wesley Leasy and obtained body camera footage from police. And Sean, he tells you that this incident has really shaken him up and his daughter.
Yeah, Mark and Kirby, not only has this shaken up Wesley Leasy, but really his daughter, because his daughter saw this all happen. She was a part of this as well. But it's had a major impact on his 26-year-old daughter. As I mentioned, the pair were ordered to the ground with police rifles pointed directly at them. This was all back on April 10th. Mesa Police say they thought they were tracking a shooting suspect driving around in circles at Sky Harbor Airport that evening. Come to find out, the man behind the wheel was only there to pick up his daughter from the airport.
Get on the ground, both of you. On the ground. Lay on the ground.
Well, it could have went worse. The only thing that could have been worse, other than we getting detained like this, is for the absolute worst, that we would have both have lost our lives.
A law-abiding citizen staring down the barrel of police rifles. It's not a position Wesley Leasy thought he would be in as he ventured to pick up his daughter from Sky Harbor Airport in Phoenix.
They had to some point knew that she had nothing to do with this.
That night, Mesa Police say officers responded to a shooting in North Mesa at an apartment complex along Country Club Drive. It was just before 7 p.m. Witnesses reported the shooter had driven away in a white four-door Mercedes with temporary tags. Images from the Mesa Police helicopter showed that car they were tracking from side streets in Mesa, west on the Loop 202 towards downtown Phoenix. Due to flight restrictions near Sky Harbor Airport, that helicopter stopped following the car, but Mesa Police ground units continued to pursue. 4 minutes later, officers spotted a nearly identical-looking white Mercedes entering the airport from the East Valley.
We're corresponding over the cell phones, trying to coordinate what gate we were going to be picked up from and how she was going to do that.
Around the same time, Wesley began driving around the airport in circles, waiting for his daughter to deplane and head to the arrivals area of Terminal 3. As Wesley greets his daughter at door 6, several police officers from Mesa Police, Phoenix Police, and Arizona DPS approach Wesley and his daughter. They order them to the ground face first with their rifles drawn.
My daughter now, I look to her, she's frantically crying, and I'm trying to calm her down. Jade, it's going to be fine. You know, from a dad's perspective, calming your kid down in the worst case scenario.
While hearing his daughter's screams, officers approach Wesley, place his hands behind his back, cuff him, and place him in a wheelchair near the airport entrance. One officer shines a light inside Wesley's white Mercedes, and a conversation between he and a Mesa Police sergeant ensues.
Where were you coming from?
I'm coming from Scottsdale. I just picked my daughter. She just came from out of town. I'm just here to pick her up.
For 3 minutes and 23 seconds, Wesley remains handcuffed in a wheelchair as Mesa Police officers realize they've been tracking the wrong car through the airport. As they remove his handcuffs, one of the officers apologizes to Wesley, but he tells me he doesn't understand how one of the dozens of officers on scene didn't ask themselves this question: do we have the wrong guy?
I mean, when does training and common sense take you to another thought about what's going on here? And they were just mindless. Just put your life in jeopardy and danger, your kid's life, and take your freedom and your rights away from you. Is that easy?
Right.
Could happen to anybody.
Right. Now, you may be asking yourself, did Mesa Police make an arrest in that shooting case? They did. This is a picture they took of the vehicle they seized. It is a similar make, different model, white Mercedes, as I mentioned in the story there, but it does have temporary tags. That is the actual suspect vehicle they were looking for. Now, today, Mesa Police did not want to go on camera. They didn't want to discuss this case. They did allow me to come in, view that body camera footage before giving it to us via a public records request. So they told us this was honestly a case of mistaken identity. The officers on scene did apologize to Wesley. They felt terrible, I'm told, but they had the wrong guy.
Yeah, I mean, okay, the car, it looks similar. So I get that. But once Wesley got out of the car, did he look like the suspect that they were looking for?
No, the booking photo of the arresting person is a white person. He is not African American at all, so they had the wrong person. But the tinted windows is what they said was hard for them. The officers on scene kept a safe distance away, and they couldn't really discern who was inside, so they didn't know who it was at the time. But they said their fear was that if this person was the shooting suspect and they entered the airport and were capable of this level of violence, they worried that other people could have been harmed inside the airport.
It's a horrible catch-22.
Right, yeah.
Hindsight's 20/20, as they say.
Yeah. All right, Sean, thank you.
Yep.